Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. We are going to start 7.4.4 and today is going to be another paradox part that is going to be Entropic Prowess, Quantum Power and Prey on the Feeble. Now to gain your paradox on your attacker, you need champions that can get buffs. So for every buff you gain, you're going to get one paradox. And the defender will have 100% combat power rate until you have 3 or more paradox charges. So you need to slowly build up your paradox charges in the beginning up to 3, and then the combat power rate will go away. And Entropic Prowess is the attacker will gain 30% extra damage on their special attacks for every paradox charge they have, and whenever you will lock down the defender, they will remove one paradox charge. Prey on the Feeble, no need to worry about it, but try to use champions that have no or less buffs on them, that have strong specials, so you can easily try to control the paradox. If you use a champion somebody like Hyperion or Odin who have a lot of buffs, you will not be able to control paradox, and it will break and it will give you a lot of damage. So try to use champions that have no or less buffs or controllable buffs, and then they have strong specials. I've given you a few examples so you can use them. The boss we're going to attempt is going to be Annihilus. He's very annoying, more on him later in the video. But before we jump onto the part, let me just share with you my mastery setup. So usually I run attack setup with suicides. That's the top right one, so I am running that one. You can also choose to run without suicides, but it's up to you guys. Now before we jump into the part, like the video and subscribe to the channel. All of that really helps you out a lot. Now the first fight is going to be against a Squirrel Girl. Now I am using a Strife here because I planned on using Strife against the Annihilus boss at the end, so I'm just trying to build him up. So all I'm trying to do here, that I can easily control the amount of buffs on Strife, so I'm just going to use my dexterity and get those buffs on me. The thing with using dexterity is that once you dex, the second time you have to hit the opponent before you can dex again. Otherwise that buff from dexterity stays on you until you don't consume it. So sometimes you're not gaining a paradox even if you're dexing. That is the reason, because the critical buff is already there. So use a dex, parry, use one hit, and then use a dex again. That way you can gain those dexterity buffs on you, and you can build up your paradox. Once you have your paradox build up, pretty easy and straightforward fight. I'm just using this one to build up charges on Strife. There are plenty of other champions you can use: Archangel, Kitty Pryde, Doom, Molebad. So you pick whatever you want to choose, and I would suggest you to stick to class advantage champions so the fight can be shorter with the class advantage extra damage and also 6-star extra damage from 7.4. So you should be able to bring down the defenders very quick. The next defender is going to be a Spider Ham. Now I would highly suggest you to bring in champions that can bypass evade. So your Falcon, your Molebad, your Nick Fury, also Archangel, Shang-Chi is also a good option. Now because I was using a team of Apocalypse with Cable synergy, so I thought I would just use Cable. It took me a bit longer, but I was able to bring down Spider Ham. So in the beginning I'm just trying to build up those charges on me for paradox. Once I have three or four of them, then I will just use parry and heavy and try to degen him away. But it is a longer fight. You need to be careful about his evade if you're not bringing an anti-evade champion. So I would highly suggest you bring an anti-evade champion. So somebody like Falcon will make this fight very short, or even if you're gonna bring in Apocalypse with an Archangel, he can also bring down with those neurotoxins very quickly. Next defender is going to be a Thor Ragnarok. Nothing too much to worry about him. He's a good place to get a charge on Corvus if you're going to use a Corvus here. I'm going to use an Apocalypse, and I just need to take care about one thing. When the Boon of the Gods is going to activate with the power gain, I need to have a special attack that I can throw to deactivate it. Remember, there is also increased combat power rate, so try to stay above 3 Paradox all the time so you don't give him extra power gain and he goes to an SP3 quick and then he'll kill you off. So that's about it for this fight. Pretty easy. Both specials can be easily evaded. Again, you can use other champions as well. I've given you a few suggested options, but all in all, it's not really a difficult fight. Just keep your charges above 3. I ideally like to keep them between 5 and 8, and then you can bring in champions with big specials. Like for example, Apocalypse has a very good SP2, so I can throw that in Thor Ragnarok space and kill him off. Next defender is going to be a Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now he can be quite annoying because whenever you will use a special, he will take a spider camo on himself and you will not be able to damage him. So the first step is to build up your Paradox. Just use your hits and just slowly dex back so you can get those charges on you. If you're going to use a champion that has buffs, just be careful. Don't bring in a heavy buff champion because that will cause you to break your Paradox and take damage. My choice is Archangel. After I have 3 or 4 of those Paradox charges, I'm using Parry and Heavy. Same case I can do with Apocalypse. I can do the same with Mole Man. So I don't need to throw specials with these champions. I can just do the damage with my normal hits and that will be able to kill Spider-Man off. Apart from that, you can also use champions that can bypass miss and then you can use the specials with them also. So it's your choice you want to bring. For me, Archangel was a pretty straightforward and easy choice to kill off Spider-Man Miles Morales. Next defender is going to be a Black Widow Deadly Origin. Now take care about her evade because if she evades, she will apply a shock on you. If for the play is super safe, you can bring in champions that are immune or resistant to shock. So for example, Magneto, Mole Man, Odin. Odin will take a lot of buffs, so I would suggest you not to bring him. You can also bring in somebody like Doom, so all of these champions can work well. You can also bring in champions like Archangel that can push her to miss her evade, and also somebody like Nick Fury will work also because she cannot evade in front of Nick Fury. And then you can play slow to kill her off. For SP1 and SP2 both can be easily evadable, but she does cover a lot of distance, so you just need to be careful about that. I am using Strife and I'm trying to use medium attacks only because medium attacks cannot be evaded. Then slowly build up my Strife with those charges so I can use him against the boss. And the final fight before the boss is going to be a Heimdall. Again, I'm going to use a strife here to get as much as charges as possible, but you can also use other champions. You can use damage over time champions here. You can use champions that can nullify your stagger, so like Black Widow, Clairvoyant, or Doom will also work here. Or you can use champions with 2 strikes, so you can avoid the auto block from him after SP1. And that's about it. Just keep him to an SP2. It's a pretty straightforward and easy fight. Might take a little bit of time, but you can play slow and kill him off. And if you are using a strife, let's make sure that you have at least 75 charges on your champion, so you can go into the fight with Annihilus the boss and you can be confident of taking him out. The boss fight is against an Annihilus. Now before I explain to you the boss, I will tell you this was my 6th attempt when I got the solo. So by all means, I did not got it in the first attempt. He is a difficult boss, so if you're looking at this and thinking like how does he get solos all the time, I'm telling you right now, it took me quite a while, at least 6 to 7 attempts before I got it. And this is, I believe, the most annoying boss of all of 7.4. But then again, there might be easier ways to do it. Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. Some good options are going to be your Black Widow, Clairvoyant, and Doom. Also slow champions. He's also metal, so in the next video I will take him down with the Magneto, and I am using a strife as well. Now the only annoying note is going to be here is going to be auto meter. So if you dash back, there is a meter that is on the bottom left of your health bar. If it goes above 100, Annihilus becomes unblockable, but if you keep it below 100, then he is not unblockable. Now the way the meter is increased is when you dash back, and the meter is reduced is when you dash forward. So you have to play fairly aggressive to keep the auto meter underneath 100, and if any case, if you jump above 100, you can always throw a special, and with the special the meter is also reset. But again, it's easier said than done. When you're in the fight, there's a lot going on, especially with Annihilus when he has all of those unstoppables and everything. So you need the champion that can take care of the unstoppable, because there's another node here that is boost buff, and because of that the unstoppable buffs are also prolonged. And there is a certain help for you for with immovable objects. So every time you drop a 5-hit combo on the opponent, you get a charge on you for steadfast, so you are able to block the unblockable hits and also unblockable specials. So you can use that to your advantage as well. And if you manage to land a successful parry, there is also a fury that you can get to do extra damage to Annihilus. Having said that, it is still an annoying fight. I barely was able to kill him off, so you just need to hang in there. Maybe there is a better option. Let me know in the comment section so I could try to take him down with that. Other option that I've taken him out with is Doom and Magneto, but if they are better champions, let me know, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. All of that really helps you out a lot and helps me grow the channel. Apart from that, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.